Alright, what's going on guys? It's GCP here playing some Black Ops 4. Gonna be using the SOG, and this is one of my tryhard classes. I think I was using this class because we were coming across a team that was pretty tryhard themselves. So I was like, you know what? I was getting frustrated with losing, and then these guys were just really sweaty. So I was like, I'm gonna pull out this class so that way I do not lose. So that's exactly what happened. I was like, I told the boys that I was in a party with, actually a couple of my friends. I told them that if they want to play like that, then they're gonna get this. And I managed to smack the other team using my tryhard class. So hopefully you do enjoy the gameplay in the background as you guys watch it and see it. So I'm not here to talk about the gameplay so much. Just something that I did yesterday I want to mention to you guys is, as I'm finishing up school, our school is kind of putting on more of a role for us to transition into our career now. And that obviously involves us making a resume for ourselves, a portfolio if you will, to be able to, you know, give these different employers where we want to get perhaps a job, right? Because that's the end goal. So they also put on a mock interview where they had a panel of about 3 people, and we get to answer a few questions, just like they would at a job interview. For any of you guys who have ever held a job or are in a position where you guys hire other people, then you know how this all goes. If you haven't yet, you will soon enough when that time comes, but hopefully you can kind of learn from what I'm about to tell you guys. So I already am a pretty confident person. It wasn't always that way, but it's become that way over time. And one of the things that definitely has helped me is this whole commentating thing, because essentially I'm talking in front of the microphone. I don't see anybody on the other side, of course. All I see is this microphone right now with a pop filter here. But I don't see anybody right in front of me. But I do know I'm speaking to anybody who's watching this video right now, and I'm speaking to the people who just normally follow and listen to what I have to say. So with that, that has quietly given me that sort of confidence. And also outside of this, I did a little bit of public speaking as well for a business. So I do have experience in that sort of realm. So just going back to the topic as far as what I want to talk to you guys about regarding to that interview, I basically killed it, because when I go into interviews, I'm not afraid of what they have to say, unless maybe there's a question that I'm not really prepared for, or I don't really know the answer to. Of course, you know, those times do come. But overall, you kind of have an idea as to what the main things are that people talk about in job interviews. For example, they ask you, what kind of person are you? How do you describe yourself? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years, that sort of thing. Those are kind of the basic questions that people ask when you're in a job interview. And it's not a bad idea before you go into an interview to be able to look at a few, you know, answers to these. You know, maybe just Google them and see what the best way to answer these questions are. And I already had an idea as to how to answer these questions, and you know, the feedback, because it was a mock interview like I said before, so it's not real. They gave us feedback on that, and we have paper feedback, and I got some pretty great feedback. They basically said that I was very confident when I went in, and I knew what I was talking about, and it was just a well-suited, strong presentation of myself. And that's what you gotta have to do. Not only do you have to do that in an interview, not just a mock interview, an actual interview, but you have to do that in life in general. You know, you might not be always confident in everything you do, but you do have to put out that sort of perception, put out that image, act. If you can't really be confident, at least act like you're confident. Know that what you're doing is something that you're sure of, even when you're not sure of it. You know what I mean? That's just something that I kind of learned across, you know, just my time in not only school, but just life in general. It's just, confidence is one thing that you're always gonna need throughout life, and it's one of the most important things that you need to succeed in life, and to gain the respect, admiration, and just recognition in general when you're trekking across this journey of life. I think it's a very valuable thing to have. And it's just a lesson that I learned, and just wanted to put that out to you guys, especially for those of you guys who might not be as confident in generally anything, to put your mind forth and mind into being confident, and look at strategies, maybe tips that can help build you towards that. Totally unrelated really to Call of Duty, but sometimes I talk about real life stuff because it's important. So with that being said, thank you guys again for tuning in. I'll catch you guys on the next one. This is GCP, and I am signing off.